What is it with Elon Musk and Trump and Twitter and all this stuff? I don't understand all this controversy. Joining me now, my friend Alan Bakari, Breitbart News senior technology correspondent. Okay, Alan, let's start with Elon first, and we'll get to all the Elon Trump thing. I'm not a big billionaire worshiper guy. It's not my thing, but it sounds like he wants some free speech. He bought Twitter. What's he done since he got there?
He certainly lived up to that promise. He's reinstating conservative accounts left, right, and center. The biggest one being Donald Trump. He has said he won't bring Alex Jones back on the platform because, ostensibly because of his Sandy Hook comments. I think it's more to do with pressure from advertisers and the potential for Twitter to get kicked off the Google and Apple app stores. And that's the real thing that's going to constrain Musk from reinstating absolutely everyone. It's something that Yoel Roth, who was briefly the top censor at Twitter before he resigned shortly after Musk took over, he wrote an article for the New York Times last week explaining that, Elon Musk doesn't really get to call the shots because he still has to deal with advertisers. He'll pull out if there's too much content they don't like on the platform. And government regulators, the EU has threatened to crack down if Musk brings too much free speech back to the platform. And ultimately, the app stores owned by Google and Apple, that represents 99% of the worldwide smartphone market. So if it gets kicked off the app stores, then it's very difficult for Twitter to actually reach consumers. And, that could really cripple the platform. So he still has to walk a fine line between all these interests who aren't really in favor of free speech and will crack down if he goes too far.
Okay, what's he done so far? It seems like he's fired about 1,000 people a day. Why?
Well, actually, this is what a lot of tech companies are doing, not just Twitter. Facebook recently laid off around 11,000 of its employees. There's a huge downturn in the tech industry and across the economy, thanks Joe Biden. But what Twitter's doing is not exactly unusual. And the other thing, Musk needs to cut costs because a lot of advertisers have already pulled out. So he needs to make up that revenue somehow. He also tried to do the paid verification system that didn't work out. But slashing all those employees will definitely cut costs for Twitter. I think that's what it's mainly about. Also, it's about making sure that the remaining employees align with the vision of restoring some measure of free speech, because obviously that wasn't very popular among many Twitter employees. I think they might, like much of Silicon Valley, they leaned hard to the left and were totally on board with the lurch towards censorship that happened over the past half-decade.
Don't miss Jesse Kelly Breaks History, Che Guevara, the latest episode of a new series available now exclusively for First TV supporters. Visit the First TV app or thefirsttv.com to subscribe and start watching today.